to the O'Neill Show.
So I can tell from the comments that people have a lot of outrage as far as, O'Neill's comments, toward Amber. And they're not very vindictive. They're not pushy at all. I'm just asking for solidity. That's what I'm asking for. But nonetheless, you know what? I think that Delissa is going to give me a good job at asking a very solid question. Much as I really don't care much for Delissa because I feel as well she's fake. But, she has some solid questions that need to be answered. Let's go.
Appreciate you coming
I
by.
appreciate you for taking out the time.
And I'm glad you like the food.
It's amazing.
Yes, we have to do this again.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
gonna get packed. If the
Yeah.
food's like that, it's gonna be good.
I am hoping that my guy's gonna come through.
He will.
Yeah.
It's in God's hands.
Yes, for sure. I'll walk you to your car.
Well, before I leave,
Hopefully he comes through, which is Dave. So hopefully that Dave does what he needs to do. So somebody says there's a lot of DoorDash orders. That's fine, friends. The last time that Keisha talked, Keisha said there was only one DoorDash order. So that's what has been happening so far in the restaurant. We need bodies in there. So like stop trying to see if y'all can whitewash this. If y'all go back to the skit with Keisha, Keisha said there was one person in there. Was it encouraging? Yes, it is. But we need more than that in the restaurant. That's what's important right now.
I'm not trying to get in your business or anything, but I do have some questions that I should have asked inside. But
What's up?
you and Shayla, I'm not trying to pry, but how did y'all get back so cool? After all that y'all went through, I just can't imagine.
Oh, that seems to be the question of my life.
Yeah, it's a question I'm sure everyone wants to know.
Yeah, it was difficult, honestly. I didn't ever think that I could even look at her again. Girl, when I caught her and Anthony, I blacked out. Like, I wanted to unalive her. And I probably would have if Anthony wasn't there.
Wow.
Yeah, I only got a black eye in, but yeah, I wanted her gone.
Wait, hold on. So y'all physically fought?
Oh, sweetheart, I jumped in midair. Yes,
Wait,
absolutely.
hold on. See, I don't have the whole story. So you
But you've never had the whole story, Delicia, but you've just done your own thing. So why you making look here? Look here. And I know what y'all are gonna say. Well, you see, Delicia doesn't know the whole story. And see, such and such doesn't know the whole story. Listen to me, friends. None of them want the whole story. As far as these girls are concerned, whether it is Delicia, whether it is Tamira, they just want the whole story just for story's sake because for them it is tea. Not because they're going to do anything with it, not because they're going to say, you know what, I'm going to take this story and I'm going to see Shayla as what she is and I'm going to put her to the side. No action is going to come out of it. So y'all can please spare me with the idea of people not having the whole story because the story doesn't change anything. This is just Delicia prying to get some information from Amber, which, hey, it's, at this point, who cares? If people get the information, but that's what this is. It is not because she's going to use the whole story and them going to see Shayla in a different light and they're going to stop doing business with Shayla and they're going to stop working. It's not because of any of these things. I know y'all want us to believe that, but I don't believe that. Maybe I can sell that to somewhere else. Listen to me, if you believe that and you think that all of the story matters, ask the honeypot girl who got the entire story from Amber and still is with Shayla to this day. But like I said, if y'all want to keep buying the story, then hey, you know what? I have some unicorns I can sell you guys. Don't worry.
her and them and
Oh, she didn't tell you. I thought y'all was besties.
No, I got bits and pieces.
Hilarious. Yeah, I caught them in the middle of cheating. I got a tip to go up to our lake house that we rent sometimes, and there she was in the bed with my husband.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am. And whew, I think I replayed that in my mind 50, 11 times.
Doesn't matter. This information now is going to go over to Lauren, who is going to talk about it differently because if you don't know Delissa by now, you know Delissa plays one character in front of your face and plays another character behind you. I've seen it on many occasions. But y'all are going to take this as something like, oh my God, Delissa is starting to understand Amber and she's understanding what Amber went through. No, it's going to go to Delissa as a story, then we'll laugh over it. Then it's going to go to Carly. What's her name? Carly Red. She's gonna laugh over it. Then it's going to go to Abigail. That's what it's gonna become. It's gonna just be a story for all of them basically to sit down and gossip about. It's not going to be anything for it. It's not going to move the needle, friends. It is not going to move the needle. So if y'all think that that's what's going to happen, it's not. I'm sorry to burst y'all bubble, but it hasn't happened since now.
And so one day I just decided to stop. I just decided to choose my freedom. And honestly, the anger I felt for her and for Anthony, it was holding me hostage.
Yeah.
I was literally imprisoned in my own mind. And I had to just let it go.
I get that, but to even like get back close, like how are you able to after that? I get being amicable, but to actually sit up and kiki and be friends again?
Okay, I don't want to say all of that. I feel like we are, on a journey.
The people yesterday who tried to see exactly if they can continue to give me what I'm seeing, right, and try to give me a different story. For the last time, Amber is trying to rebuild a friendship with Shayla. That is what is happening. That's why you're getting the harsh critique of the Amber character from O'Neill, because I said the nonsense. What I see is them giving me the, hey, this woman has come into this marriage, disrupted the entire marriage, right? And now what we're gonna do is we need to get rid of the man. And then when we get rid of him, we're gonna become friends again, like everything is all cool with the baby all hanging up there. And O'Neill is saying, no, you cannot have that happening. If you're going to give the man a whole lot of smoke, then you should give the woman a lot of smoke as well. If you want to say hello and goodbye and you see her in a setting, that's fine. But the whole idea of you being up in the woman's face, you going out on these, what you call it, coffee dates or whatever kind of date it is, or the idea of y'all going to, what you call it, the spa together and doing shopping together and doing things together, that won't work. And that is exactly what Amber fans are trying to see exactly if they can sell me. And I'm not buying it. I'm not. I'm not buying it. You just hear it again, and I made sure I make sure to hear it again because y'all keep trying to sell us that that's not what Amber is doing. Friends, that is exactly what she's doing. The woman, she's trying to rebuild a relationship with the woman that caused you the issues. But at the same point in time, you tell us every single solitary thing about Anton and the adultery and whatever else it is, when it's the same woman that has caused these issues. No, I'm not saying it means that you need to be, rambunctious or, always hostile. No, I'm not saying that. But trying to see if you can rebuild a friendship with someone who has done these things to you is wild and asinine. And that is the point that O'Neill is trying to raise. But I think when people criticize, this is what I keep telling y'all now. When people criticize the Amber character, y'all want to go on the defensive as if that's not what we're seeing. And then try to give us exactly what we're seeing. That is the problem I have with Amber fans. That is the issue I have.
I don't even feel like I'm working towards anything. I'm just letting go and letting God. At the end of the day, I really love Shayla. We were like sisters.
Yeah.
So it's hard, even like in a relationship, to just not love a person anymore, So I guess maybe a little bit of that still exists. I don't know.
Yeah.
One day at a time.
If the
Delicia.
roles were reversed, I don't know if Shayla would be as kind to you. But...
Well, that's why my name ain't Shayla.
And I'm glad that Delicia said that, because if the roles were reversed, no one would have put up with that. Yes, they would have forgiven you, but they wouldn't forget and they would have moved on from you. They would have realized that you as a friend are dangerous to them. And besides, Shayla is still running game and still doing a bunch of things. She's still affecting what's going on. You haven't put any boundaries. You're still keeping her kid. What are we talking about? Like, what am I missing? I just don't get from Amber's fans. What exactly are we all out here missing? We're the idiots. We are the idiots for thinking that Amber is trying to see if she can be as cordial as she possibly can because it looks like, she owes Shayla something. Anyways, go ahead, the defenders of Amber, Amber's lawyers, come out of the woodwork and tell me again exactly why I own it. Give me a stick, I'm going to talk to y'all soon.